Hi friends, Mindy here. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to be finishing up this coffee themed journal that I started a while back. This will be the last installment of this series. I have created some tags and journaling cards off camera to start filling up some of these pockets. So I'm going to just kind of flip through here, add these into the pockets, and then take an assessment and see what I still need to create to finish filling these pockets. So I'm just going through here and tucking them in. All of these were made with some craft cardstock that I just trimmed down, and then just some of the pattern papers and stickers and different things. And so I had already done a video where I was kind of showing creating some of the tags and journaling cards. And so I just decided to do that off camera so that I can get this project wrapped up and finished and onto the website. So I also quickly want to mention that in case you have missed the video, a couple videos back, I was sharing that I recently hit 5,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And so I'm having a giveaway. And so the information for that is in that video. So be sure to go back and look at that to see how you can enter if you are interested in doing that. And for all of you that are watching my videos, once again, I just want to say thank you. I so much appreciate that and your support and all your kind comments and everything. It's just been really exciting. So, moving on, I'm going to now just finish doing the last few little tags that I need to fill the pockets. There's about three. It ended up being 3 tags that I needed in a journaling card. So I'm starting off with actually some of the 6x6 paper pad because I picked some that have a light enough background on the backside that you can still use it for writing or for journaling. But I really just like having all of the different papers and everything included in different aspects of either as a pocket or something that goes in the pocket. And so I pulled out a couple of my favorite pattern papers and then one solid, and I'm just trimmed those down to tag shape, and then I'm using my little punch there to do the tag topper part. And then I will just quickly decorate these so that I can get this journal completely wrapped up. So I still have a few things from the sticker sheets and from the ephemera packs, and so I will be using those. And then of course, whenever I put a journal up for sale, I always add some extra goodies as well, and I will do a flip through of what this looks like here in a few moments. But I'm starting off with this one, and because the background is kind of busy, I need to be able to anchor the focal point a little bit. So I just took some of the other cardstock, the little pink strip of it, and I just added that toward the bottom of the tag, and then I can put my sticker on top of that. It just gives it something to kind of set it apart from the background and helps kind of ground it there. So just added a couple of stickers, and then I'm going to add this little ephemera piece that says hello up there in the left corner just to kind of balance everything. And it still felt a little out of balance, so I pulled one of the little coffee bean stickers, and there was something about that just in my brain, having that extra little bit of visual weight down at the bottom just helped it, kind of rounded it out for me. So this next one, I'm actually going to use one of the little tags, and but don't be afraid to alter some of the ephemera pieces that you get. So this one had obviously the very rounded tag shape at the top, so I just cut that part off, and then I went around and rounded all of the corners on this, and now this is just a nice little focal point that I can use as an ephemera piece instead of having a little tiny tag, which the tag itself was cute, but this way I can put it on this larger tag and have more space for journaling and different things. So I added in some vintage ledger paper down here across the bottom of this, just again to act as an anchor point for all of the little pieces that I want to add here. And so I'm just adding this little sentiment piece, and then these cute coffee cups. At least I thought I was going to do the coffee cups. I ended up doing this other little piece that's got like a book and a coffee cup together. And I just liked how all of that looked with the ledger paper a little bit better. And then I added another little coffee cup sticker here as well. These are all from the cardstock sticker sheets. And then I would love this little banner, that's ephemera piece that says coffee on it, so I added that up to at the top. And you'll notice on these tags and a lot of the tags that are in the journal, I did not add tag toppers to them. Like sometimes I will add fabric or string or whatever. And I did that to a few of them, but this journal was getting pretty bulky. And so I decided to just kind of leave that. And then of course, if you want to do that, you can certainly, you know, punch a hole and add some ribbon or do whatever, but it was already it's already pretty chunky. And so I was trying to keep the bulk down just a little bit. And so this last one, I added another piece of pattern paper over the top of that solid, cardstock, and then I just added a few things down here at the bottom, trying out a couple different things. I really love that green coffee pot, and then the little canisters, another coffee bean, and then I have that saying that was a sticker up there, and I didn't really like how it was looking. And so again, this is, you know, don't be afraid to alter your things. So I pulled this back off very carefully and I trimmed off the little parts that were, you know, the little rounded edges, and just made a rectangle out of this. And for some reason, with the style of the tag, this just made more sense in my brain. And so I just trimmed that down, and then I will add a little bit of glue since I, you know, pulled that up from the page, just to make sure that it's going to stay stuck down. And then just added that back as a rectangle, and I like it much better. So now I'm going to go through and find the empty little pockets where these go, and try and just kind of determine which ones I feel like go best on, you know, in which pocket. There was one section that I ended up having to move a couple pieces. You'll see that in a second. This is where I realized I need another journaling card there. And then I put this one with the hello coffee on there. And then in this last signature, this is where I had to move some things around because I didn't want the same kind of sentiments in the exact same area. And so I just moved a couple things around and called that good. And then I added, this is another journaling card that I made from it's actually a creative worship stamp that's a vintage ledger, and it's coffee dyed paper on the back. And then just adding a couple of the sticker sheets, which really actually worked out well because I really wanted to use this little coffee shop sticker. I love it so much. And so I was glad to be able to find a place to use that. And then I added another little sentiment up at the top and just a little flower down to bring some pink down toward the bottom. And then I will tuck that in that spot right there, so that I have all of my pockets now filled with everything. And I will do an actual flip through here in just a second. I'm adding just a little bit of glue here to that sticker. I ended up having to pull it up and reposition it. So this is the flip through, just to give you a reminder of the size of this journal as I'm doing this flip through. This journal is 5 by 6.5. It's with a 2-inch spine. So this is cloth over bookboard, and I was going to add a journal topper to the outside of it, and I decided not to do that because I know, like for me, I don't really tend to do a lot of journal toppers on my journals because my journals are in and out of bookshelves and I don't like them getting messed up like that. So I decided to just leave the journal topper off of this one. But there are 3 signatures in here. It has coffee dyed book paper, it has vintage book paper, it has obviously the paper from the coffee shop paper pack that is from Cartabella. And then there are basically, I think it ends up being around 144 pages in this journal between all 3 signatures. So it's 144 sides that you can use to write and memory keep in art or do whatever you want to do. And so, like I said, I always will add, you know, whenever I do a journal, I always include some extra bits as well, include some of the ephemera and different things with it as well. So this journal will be showing up on my website if you're interested in that. Again, that website is called chosenandcrafting.com. I'll have that linked in the description. And like I said, make sure that you go back and look at the video for the 5,000 subscribers if you're interested in entering a giveaway that I have going on there. And again, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.